3 years ago, I picked up a piece of furniture and I picked up a camera. At the time, I didn't have a grand plan. I've always loved working with my hands, creating, fixing, bringing something tired back to life. But if I'm honest, the real reason I started flipping furniture wasn't just about creativity. It was about family. I wanted to spend more time at home, be present, and be a dad to my now 3-year-old son. Furniture restoration felt like a way to build something of my own, while staying close to what mattered most. What I didn't realise was that picking up that camera and sharing it with you would give me much more than I expected. Over the past 3 years, a lot has changed. We packed up our lives in New Zealand and moved to the UK. It was a big adjustment. My wife has her family and friends here. Mine are now on the opposite side of the world. And if you've ever lived far from family, especially internationally, you'll know it can feel lonely sometimes. Fortunately, I tend to have a happy-go-lucky outlook. I try to make the most of where I am. But I'll say this channel has become much more than just a creative outlet. It's become company. It's a strange thing because we're not physically together, but when I film, when I edit, when I share these projects, I feel a real sense of comfort knowing that you're there. And that means more to me than you probably realise. For most of this journey, I've shared furniture flips and restorations. That's been the heartbeat of this channel. And more recently, I've started sharing parts of our home renovation as we slowly transform our semi-rural suburban house into a cosy, country-style family home. And I've genuinely loved making that content. But here's the honest part. Restoring furniture properly takes time. It's messy, it's detailed, it's unpredictable. And trying to complete a full restoration every single week has started to feel less like a passion and more like a task. I found myself racing the clock, and that's not why I started this. What I've realised is I don't just love the finished flip. I love the hunt, the thrift trips, the marketplace finds, the small design decisions, the way the piece settles into a room. I love building a home. Slowly, thoughtfully, layer by layer. So in order to create more consistently and to enjoy this process again, I'm going to start sharing more of that full journey with you. Not just the dramatic before and after, but the in-between, the sourcing, the styling, the renovation process, the quiet moments of building something meaningful for my family. Furniture restoration isn't going anywhere. It will always be a part of what I do. But instead of cramming everything into one video, you'll see projects unfold over time. And alongside them, you'll see the life we're building around them. This channel started as a way for me to stay home and be present, and in many ways, it's still about that. But for now, it's about creating a home that feels rooted, a life filled with character, and a slower, more intentional way of living. And if you'd like to be a part of that, I would absolutely love for you to stay. This area behind me is a little bit of a work in progress. We started this a few months ago and it's kind of just stalled. So I would really like to continue and get it sorted. So let's take a look at what I've done so far and start moving things along. I found this amazing old fire surround on the Facebook Marketplace and it was only £30. And I'm absolutely obsessed with it. When I arrived to pick it up, I really wasn't expecting much, but I am just blown away by the detail. It really is so beautiful. So I've cleaned it up, filled in some cracks, and then painted it in a low gloss paint, which is the same color as the walls, which from memory is matchstick white or matchstick. Anyhow, it's a furrow and ball color. And then I've attached it to the wall. It obviously isn't going to be a functioning fireplace, but I think it makes a great addition to this wall. Just adds a little bit of character. It's not quite finished yet, but we will revisit this one shortly. So we have a couch on one side, and then we wanted to put a TV up on this side. This is mostly so that Sonny can watch his train shows while he has his hot chocolate in the morning. That seems to be his ritual. So we opted for the Samsung frame. Now, I'm not at all selling you this TV. I'm not associated with Samsung in any way. But if you do have budget for a TV like this one, I do recommend it. Basically, this one has got an art mode setting, which is very convincing, and you can change the artwork each day, keep it as it is, whatever suits your mood. And it also has customizable frames that you can get that are magnetic and they slip on. You can also get some quite fancy ornate frames made, and they are beautiful, but they do come with a hefty price tag. So obviously I wanted to try and do this myself. So let me show you what I came up with. I found this large mirror. This was also £30. And if you're looking to try something like this, my recommendation is that you look for mirrors, not picture frames. Picture frames are much more expensive and you'll also likely struggle to find one big enough. Mirrors tend to be large and you can remove the mirror and then cut the frame down to size, which is exactly what I did. It was a little bit fiddly, but after gluing it all together and then using some gold paint and gold rub and buff, I got the age look that I was after. And then you can slide it straight onto the TV. I probably saved around £250 doing this myself. So there we have it. I think it looks pretty convincing. The TV is potentially flickering in the camera. It's not doing that in real life. Does look pretty good. I'm really happy with the frame. What do you think? You like it? I like it. We need to do a bit of styling through here. I'm a little stumped on what to do with this area. So if you have any ideas, I am all ears. Yeah, you can see here that black mark. We have candles going, so that's probably far too close to the wall and to the TV, so I need to sort that out. But fortunately, I sent Sunny out earlier to get some flowers, so we can just use that. There we go, the roses can cover that mark up. Now, I've also got this little space behind me here. This is between the TV and it's over the breakfast bar in the kitchen. I really want something up on this wall to kind of make it a little bit more cozy and inviting. So I was thinking a old pine display kind of unit, you know, that you see in the cottages and things like that. But that's proving quite hard to find. They're either massive or really, really small. But after spending quite a few days looking through Facebook Marketplace, which is what I spent a lot of my time doing, I did find one that looks perfect. So let's go pick it up, get it on the wall, and see what we think. So this little display unit that I'm picking up is about 40 minutes south of our house in a place called Royal Tunbridge Wells. It's a really nice area. I've got Sonny in the back here, currently watching Thomas the Tank Engine, and I promised him that while we're down there, we'll try and do some train spotting. So hopefully we'll find... Yeah, there you are. There you are. Say hey. Hey. So hopefully we'll find some tracks and some trains. So let's get going. So it's a couple of days later now. Sunny and I had an awesome day, but I have to admit I was a bad dad and I forgot to pack our coats and it was absolutely freezing. So the very short time we were outside watching this train, I don't know if you could tell from the video, but the poor kitty was so tense, he was freezing. But we got to see a train, so that was great. And we obviously picked this up as well. So I'm really happy with this. Really nice piece. A tenner made of pine, and I don't think I'm going to do anything to it. Normally, I'd like to tinker with things, or I'd cover it with oil or something, but I really like the way it is. Love the colour of it. I think it's going to add a nice little pop to this wall. So let's get it up and then see if we can find anything to style it. This is not perfectly styled by any means, and I think my wife will want to have quite a bit of input here. I also think we need to go thrift shopping to see if we can find some smaller bits, because most of the stuff around the house is too big to go on these shelves. But the sun is shining, so I think it's time to get Sunny out for a quick bike ride around the lake, and then we'll come back and I'll talk to you about what I've got in mind for finishing off this faux fireplace. So obviously this is not going to be functional at all. It really is just a frame stuck onto the wall. So what I want to do is create a bit of character here. I feel like this, even though this is nice, it's sort of blending into the wall a little bit. So I'm thinking we put some texture through here. Now my father-in-law has one of those, garages that is just full of like all sorts of stuff. And one of those things he's got is a bunch of these tiles. So these are really nice terracotta tiles. And I think that color-wise, it's a nice contrast, also some texture. I'll put on the screen a few sort of shots I've seen online of the lighter color mantle with some red brickwork. So I would like to do this whole thing in the tiles, but it will depend how many pieces I can get my hands on. If I can't get enough, I'll just do a nice thick border, and then we'll do something in the middle. I'm not too sure what that will be. Maybe it will be like a faux stack of chopped up logs, or if you've got ideas, let me know. But we will definitely get this project well underway in the next video. Also, hopefully we'll have some bits to get all this sort of styled and finished. And I've got my eye on a old sort of antique clock that I would love to restore, so I'm hoping to win that in an auction. Something to look forward to. But thank you very much for tuning into this video. It's been really nice having you here. I look forward to catching up next week. Until then, take it easy.